To canvass the area to see if we have any, if we see any victims or anything around. Once we get more information, we'll let you know. But at this time, there's unknown how many possible fatalities we may have. And also we have 4 people transported to the hospital in unknown conditions at this time. Thank you.
Can you confirm if there are any deaths or not?
Can you talk about the cause of the gas leak?
Did anyone die from this situation?
We will be providing you with another update as soon as additional information comes available. At this time, we are not taking any questions. Thank you all so very much.
Was the city involved with some construction prior to the gas leak?
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
not,
Like I mentioned before, we'll have
not a
updates
lot
when
of
they're
answers
available.
there,
Thank
but
you.
some answers. At least we got some of the big questions answered from the assistant chief there, who told us at this point they know that 4 people were transported to the hospital. We knew of one of those, but so often in the fog of all of this, there might be an ambulance from the other side that takes off. There might be people who go in private vehicles. So 4 people transported to the hospital in unknown condition, he says at this point. They do not know how many fatalities they could have here. I thought it was interesting that he said that they're doing the primary search now, that they've gotten those flames out, and that they've got a drone hovering above, seeing if it can identify potentially any bodies down there in that smoldering rubble.
It's clear this is going to be going for hours and hours. This primary search is likely going to go into tomorrow, just because you have a 2-story building here that collapsed in on itself, 23 apartment units here. This has significantly escalated, and it's tough because we've been keeping an eye right there on the scene itself, but it has significantly escalated from a 3-alarm fire with 100 firefighters to now a 5-alarm fire, what do the alarms mean? This is a much bigger response is what that means. Dallas Fire Rescue starts moving resources from different parts of town to get them over there. There is a fire station right around, I know where this is now, the fire station. It's right around the corner from where this happened. That's why they got there within 2 minutes, just south of the skyline.
Response,
yeah, in North Oak Cliff here. But surprising, we didn't get any more information about whether there might be any fatalities, a word they used, not a word that we're using here. We also didn't get any more indication about what might have led to this. Now, if there's construction going on, the city is going to know about that. We had the city manager, we had the mayor, both lead this thing off, and we did not get any clear indication whether there was actually construction going on like people who live there have told us that they've seen. We've seen from the helicopter as well. Not only that drilling truck in front of this scene that's now destroyed, but we've also seen, you see a small excavator just down the street there as well. That's still sitting there. There's a lot of people over in white helmets and yellow vests across the street, likely some of those from Atmos Energy. But clearly there was some type of construction going on. Whether that detonated this, we don't yet know. And I understand that investigators likely don't know that yet, but you have a good idea of what's going on around the scene when this happened. And right now, 2.5 hours later, people are looking for some indication about what happened when they have their pets that were still inside, when we don't know whether there might be any more victims in that rubble.
And not only that, but there's a radius around this. As you see, this is a very populated area, and people who live nearby would like to know as well what might have been the cause of that for their own peace of mind. And obviously you won't get an official cause on something like this quickly, but we do look for potentially answers to say, hey, right now we're looking at everything, but certainly this and this are things that we are looking very closely at. I did hear one of the reporters asking those city officials as they were walking away, did the city know of any construction out here or have any construction out here at the time of this, and they did not answer those questions. But we do know that we've seen that construction equipment ourselves, including right there in the thick of the fire. We also know, and this is why it's critical to speak to so many of these eyewitnesses, witnesses who told us how the blast unfolded. And then there was the one man who was speaking with Richard Solomon earlier who says the smell of gas was very much in the air for a while before this thing actually exploded. And so you can start to put the pieces together from something like that. If you've ever smelled natural gas, especially in a strong concentration outside like that, you know that that's a very dangerous situation. And of course, this underscores anytime you smell something like that, call the authorities immediately.
Absolutely. And you see the comment from the Dallas Fire Rescue, I believe it was Assistant Chief Russ up there a moment ago. His words, unknown number of fatalities. There's 23 apartments in here. There were likely a number of people home. Summer break started yesterday for Dallas ISD kids. We do know children did live in this apartment complex. It's called the El Ricardo apartment complex. Maybe 100 feet away from Adamson High School, very close there in North Oak Cliff, not far from Bishop Arts, not far from the Bank of America Tower and the Dallas Zoo. So this is a very residential area. There's a lot of redevelopment in the area here, so it's not unusual to see construction around here. But folks are looking for some type of early answers from this. They're not going to have the cause of this, but there's a lot of anxiety. People lost their livelihoods here in what happened.